Hello everyone, welcome to the stream dedicated to spring. I'm happy that there are already some people here. Hello Marilyn, hello Gregory. We're 1 minute early, so we're going to see if there are some other people joining us. This is going to be a nice fun episode. I've prepared 3 different segments. So yeah, we're going to have a nice spring evening all together. First question, as always, can you hear me? There's a little bit of a delay, so if you can hear me, please let me know. And yeah, let's, oh, I'm glad you can hear me. Yeah, like I said, there's a little bit of a delay, so there will always be a little bit of silence between my questions to you and then your answers by the time I get your answers and answer them. There's a little bit of a delay. I cannot hear you, but I can read you, and I'm glad you're here, Gregory. So for the moment there are 3 of us, and I think there will be some other people joining. I hope they'll be here soon. One person said it was going to be difficult, perhaps, so I hope he can make it. Yeah, loud and clear, Gregory. So yeah, let's see, let's wait for some other people to come in and see what is going on. So it's now 2 after 9. I think we shall start with the first segment fairly quickly. I'm just notifying someone that we begun. And I hope Luis can make it also. It's funny because it is fall for him, but he wrote that it's nice warm weather, but I hope he'll be there to write about it himself. He did send some pictures, so that's very nice. Thank you, Marilyn, also for the pictures. There are a nice amount of pictures to go through. Hey, Luis, I was just talking about you. Hello, welcome to the stream. So yeah, I was saying it is autumn or fall for you, but you were writing that the weather is fairly nice where you are. And we'll be seeing it. Hey, Laura, it's nice. I just texted you to say that we started. Everyone is here now, except for Heiner. I hope Heiner will make it. He said it will be better for him tomorrow. But yeah, I hope he'll be there too. Anyways, I'm so happy that you are all here. Thank you for being here. Marilyn, Gregory, Luis, Laura. It's going to be a nice evening. So just let's start with the first segment. Now, the first segment is the spring here in my own garden. So let's do this. All right, so that was kind of like a little spring diary for spring, how it went so far. Let me get back to the chat. So you did mow the lawn today, and yeah, still very warm. Yeah. So yeah. Yes and no. About the chickens. Yes, it has changed a lot just in a very short time. It started with the crocuses in February. Actually, spring was very early. Those daffodils never flower so early in the year, so that was a surprise. But yeah, it's really colorful now. It has been raining a lot. Not a lot of sunshine, but when the sun was out, it was nice. So that's perfect growing conditions for plants and flowers. So yeah. And about the chickens, well, they do and they don't. It depends on the time of the day. Now, as you could see in the video, 2 of the new chickens have started to lay eggs, and now they are fighting over who can lay eggs where. And the chicken that lays the blue eggs wants to go into the coop of the new chickens, and it's a whole thing. They block each other, and then yeah, I have to it was easy in the beginning, but now I do have to be a little bit of an, how do you say it in English, an umpire. The umpire strikes back. Well, anyway, I have to be there to make sure they have a space to go to. And now it's really urgent that we place the 3rd coop back, the small one, so there's more space for them to lay eggs. So yeah, so that's spring. And I'm lucky enough for that a lot of you actually sent me pictures of your spring at your place as well. It is really very pretty. So yeah, I think we can get to that right now, unless there's something you would like to say first. I think it's nicer to watch your pictures and then to talk about it. So here we go. No, this is the one. Okay, and here I am. I'm back. I hope you can hear me. So yeah, I was saying that. I'm glad the music worked. Yeah, so I was saying that I hope you heard me talking about ice saints. I was explaining that there's this habit here of waiting for the ice saints, and Generally, it's about the 11th, 12th of or 13th of May, and those are the last dates that there will be that there can be night frost. And in general, after that, there's no more night frost. Usually, we do have the last snow in April if there is such a thing as last snow, but it is very rare. Sometimes it's March. Sometimes there's no snow at all. Every winter is a little bit different. So that's what I was saying. And I was also saying that for some plants like tomatoes, it's better to wait for the ice saints. And for the other plants, you can already buy them. And so it's very busy at garden centers right now. So that was the introduction for the garden center bit. So yeah, Louise, I read you were saying that it gets cold soon. Let me get back to your comments. Let me see what you were writing about winter. Yeah. So yeah, autumn began on March 21st. You're in autumn now. Right now it's nice weather, but you said that soon it will be very cold in the winter. So I'm very curious, Louise, to know what kind of temperatures do you get in winter where you live? Do you get snow? What is like the cold temperature period for where you are? Here in general, it's about 0, and sometimes there's snow, sometimes there is not. Depends on the year. It's very similar to the UK. In general, in the UK, it will be a little bit warmer. But I do remember the beast from the east. Were you there when you had those snowstorms, Gregory? That was terrible. Everything was blocked. I remember it very well. So yeah, Louise, I'm really curious to know what type of winters you have. But it's great to be in spring. Everything is blossoming. The first flowers are out. I hope Louise is still with us. Can you still hear me? Okay. Not this year. It was a few years ago. It was a big snowstorm. And it went all across from Ireland to Scotland. Let me see when it was. I don't remember why it was called that way. Okay, it's good to know that you can still hear me. Yeah, it was in 2018. It was a cold wave in the British Isles. I think this year you got a lot of rain though, didn't you? We did too. All right. So what we're going to do is going to see the maps. We're going to check that out. Okay, so let's go to Mendoza. But if you're in the mountains, it must... Oh, yeah, yeah, you can tell there. We're here. Oh, it must be really cold in winter. It's interesting to see that we all live in such different places and such different temperatures. This is where some of the pictures of today were taken in the Netherlands. You can see it's completely flat. It's very different. Even though it can get very windy and cold as well, it's not at all the same cold as in Argentina. Super interesting. Yeah, you're really at the feet of the mountains. Oh, that's cool. And if you don't mind me asking, Gregory, you don't need to give an exact city, just more of kind of a region. Can you tell me whereabouts or near which big city you are? Oh, yeah, no, you didn't write it yet. Yeah, I was just scared I was being rude by forgetting, but no, it wasn't somewhere yet. Just to get an idea. It doesn't need to be the exact city, just something in the environment. Don't dox yourself. Think of your privacy. Yes, I heard of Aconcagua. Never been there. It's very well known. Okay, since we're already there. Oh, yeah. Louise, tell me, there's snow on this picture. It looks like it's it's a very high mountain. Is the snow there the whole year round, or does it melt in summer? And we're now going over to Tolchester, although I don't know how to pronounce that. And I'm just figuring, it's in the middle, in between Birmingham and London. That looks nice. It kind of looks like the Netherlands, that it's fairly flat. Marilyn is from Pennsylvania. So yeah, there's a lot of different landscapes in Pennsylvania. It's interesting how different it all is where we are. And that we still can be together on a live stream like this. Toaster. Oh, that's funny. No, that's okay, Louise. I was asking about the winter, about the snow on... let me get back to the mountain. The Aconcagua. I hope I'm saying that right. So we're going back to the mountains. So my question to you was, Louise, if the snow that you can see on top of the mountains, if, all right, I'll be back to the map of Pennsylvania right after this. So my question for Louise was, if the snow that you can see here on top of the mountain, and here, this is the Aconcagua mountain. I was wondering if the snow is there all year round or if the snow is melting in summer. And then Mendoza, here is the mountain, Aconcagua. I'm going to have a hard time saying it. Here is the mountain, and here is Mendoza. Super interesting. So yes, so it almost never snows in the city, you are saying? But but it looks really super cold and snowy on the mountain. So let's go back to let me see where we were. I have to keep up. Philadelphia. Let's go back to Philadelphia. Yeah. Nice, Marilyn. You're fairly close to New York. If you want to go there for a day, you can do it, I think, distance-wise. Although it might be deceiving. It might be much further away than it looks. But you have some shopping options. And so Louise is saying that much of the snow melts in summer and gives water to the population in the highest mountains. There is eternal snow. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, about the distance between Philadelphia and New York is just a bit long. It's a bit long, but you can do it without a problem. Nice. It's a bit long part is me that edited. Marilyn is saying there's no problem. You can easily do it. So, yeah. Yeah. Nice. Lots of shopping options. Really funny, how different our living environments are. Just to show you where I am. My nearest town is Doordam. It's fairly flat as well. We do have some hills, since I'm from the Netherlands, I would call them hills. But it's not really considered hills or hilly. So this is Doordam. This is where the castle is that you've seen on some of my videos. It's right here, Château de Doordam. Here it is. My favorite place to go to is Chartres because it's easy to reach. So that's my favorite day trip. But I also like to sometimes go to Paris. So, just because I'm asking you all these questions, I thought it's only fair to tell something about me too. But yes, I think it is, Louise. It's because in English, Deutsch sounds a lot like Dutch. And that's why it was called Pennsylvania Dutch. There were some little groups from the Netherlands who are Amish-like, but I think they lived separate lives, and I don't know if they still exist. But sometimes it was easier for them to communicate in their own language, and then they could understand each other, than in English. Funny how that works. Languages. So yeah, that was our little tour of the map. So by seeing all these different living conditions and where we are on Earth, it also kind of explains the differences in temperature. And I hope for our friends in Sweden that it will be spring soon, because they have had a lot of snow this year. It's been very cold where they are, so I hope they get some nice weather very soon. So yeah, I'm just taking a last look. I really enjoy looking at maps, as you can tell. So yeah. We're back in Mendoza. So yeah, that was our little bit of traveling without a plane. It's nice. It's really nice to have these connections. So yeah, about spring. So do you have some favorite spring flowers or something? Or some favorite events that are happening in spring? My favorite springtime events are some garden fairs, and also there's the medieval fair. That's always on the first weekend of June, so it's still in spring. That's also why spring is part of my favorite time of year. So yeah, we have all that to look forward to. Also a lot of work in the garden, like lawn mowing and pruning the trees and make sure the flowers are okay. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to look Las Leñas up, just so everybody can see it. Okay, and there we go. Nice. So you say it's an international club. There must be an airport nearby. Otherwise, it must be very hard to reach. Sorry, I'm going to have to cough again. That just made me laugh and cough. Let me just spare you some coughing. Okay, I'm back. So now for the people who are watching before the chat is back, Marilyn was saying that there's let me see where it was. Yeah, Marilyn was writing that there's Lancaster County in Pennsylvania and it's full of Amish people, and there is even a city called Intercourse. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. So yeah, that's that's interesting to know. So yeah, apparently they do have a sense of humor. And yes, Luis is confirming that there is a airport in Las Leñas. So for people who want to go skiing there, get there by plane easily. Yeah, it's an interesting. It's a completely different world to what I'm not into skiing and mountains and stuff. So it's really interesting to learn about it. I know nothing about the snow. Just a little variation on you know nothing, Jon Snow. Yeah. So yeah, no, I don't. I'm terrible at skiing. I find it very challenging. Um, I did learn how to ski in a way. Well, I had skiing classes, let me put it that way, because my skiing is so bad I never really learned how to. So the first time I ever put on skis was on some kind of beginner slope. But then, of course, I didn't think about the angle of which I was standing. So the very first thing that happened when I had skis on, just started sliding off the slope. Fortunately, it was on the downside of the slope already, so the angle wasn't very steep. It wasn't very steep, but still, I had never learned. I didn't know how to turn, how to avoid people, didn't know how to stop. So yeah, I skied into people, and they were not happy. I was already not happy either on skis, and then it was raining during the week, and the first beginners lessons were okay, but there was like a huge drop, right? So you have the beginner slope, and then there's this kind of area where you can slow down, and then right behind it there's a net and a slope, a very steep slope. So if you don't stop, you know, my idea was if I don't stop, I'm going to fall off the mountain. So that was already super scary. And then during the week it rained. So instead of snow, it became really ice. So on the last days, I went down very, very fast from the ski slope. Even though that was a beginner slope, you know, if you're a beginner that never skied before, it's really too much. And yeah, I did end up in the net. And that kind of cured me from skiing. I didn't want to ski anymore. But then later, I went to Michigan. Now I have to remember, I don't remember exactly what it was called. I'm looking it up right now. And that was nice because those slopes were so much more gentle. I'm back at the map. I'm going to share the map with you so you can see what I'm looking for. So I'm just trying to figure out which one it was. And also, of course, this was a very long time ago, so perhaps it changed names. I don't recognize the names of the ski resorts. But anyway, yeah, it could have been this one or this one. Oh, this looks more like it. Probably this one, but I'm not sure. Or this one, oh, it looks, this one looks like it as well. So it's one of these three, probably. Or Cannonsburg. Oh, I think it might have been. Yeah, I think that it might have been Cannonsburg. I'm not sure. Don't pin me down on it. It's been a long while. But there, the slopes are really easy, and um, we were a much smaller group, and the ski instructor was really nice. And so, yeah, that was much better. So I'm not going to say I learned to like skiing again, but it was fun. It was fun to ski there. And it took the edge off. Literally, there were no edges, so it was much, much better. Yeah, I looked very different than Laura. I was more, yeah, let's not get into that. Let's say I was more aerodynamic at the time. But yeah. So, yeah, no, that was... yeah, that was interesting. And so that was a place that really reconciled me with being on skis and having actually fun in the snow on skis. And then when I went back to Europe, I went to Winterberg several times. Perhaps Heiner knows it. It's in Germany. I'm just going to zoom out so you can see. So I've zoomed out now. Let's say I'm in Paris, just because it's more practical. As you know, my home base in the Netherlands is here in the east. It's near Hengelo. So it's very easy from Hengelo, there are sometimes direct buses, to go to Winterberg to go skiing. And it's the same as in Michigan. It's hilly, but there are very easy slopes. There are different slopes, different levels. And if you take the easy levels, and if you're lucky to go with other people who haven't been skiing a lot, then it's really nice. So that was actually with Michigan, because Michigan really made me happy to be on skis again. But yeah, in Winterberg, skiing was really, really fun. No, I haven't been. I was in Switzerland. The first experience I was talking about was in Switzerland, but it was a small station, nothing fancy, not well known. It was a tiny station somewhere. So yeah, actually my parents had friends who lived in Switzerland, so we did a home exchange sometimes. So no, I haven't been to Chamonix. I was in. So we also sometimes went to Switzerland in the summer because of with the house changing. They would stay in our house and we would stay at their house and their apartment. 2 sets of friends, and that was really nice. It was. I'm just typing it now. So yeah, it was all about the lake. One was nearer to Montreux, so we went to Montreux. There was a wine festival, but I wasn't drinking at the time, so we saw all the adults get drunk. It was interesting, but we did keep the glass. I don't know where it is now, but at the time we did keep the glass of the wine festival. And oh, let me see. Yeah, this is Alpe d'Huez is where the skiing experience was. So yeah. But yeah, so I do have nice memories in Switzerland, because Montreux itself was nice to be. And I really enjoyed the lake. We had rubber boats, we were kids. And also one summer we stayed on a camping there, and it was nice. We're Dutch, so we did a lot of camping. We as in my family and me, not me as we. And then, the other family, I'm just going around the lake now. Interesting. This is Geneva. I think we visited Geneva, but it wasn't for us at the time. Now I'm just going around the lake to see. This is France. We've been here too, camping, of course. And let me see where else. Okay, it's normal I couldn't find it. It's in a totally different. So the other people we stayed at their place with was in Zurich. So yeah, that was really cool. In summer as well. They had an apartment near the lake. So every morning we would go down with our rubber boats and we would go to the water. And then in the afternoon we went back to the apartment, and then there were table tennis tables. Yeah, good times. So yeah. Now I haven't been to any of the well-known places. It was always more of a coincidence than, not a coincidence because my parents planned it, but it was never something I planned myself. So no, we didn't go to those who are really well known. The Harvest Festival at the beginning of March. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, it would be really nice to see some of that. When that's going on, you'll have to put pictures on your Instagram, Louise. So yeah, those were my Swiss adventures, mountain adventures. And it's funny because I've been living in France for ages, but I've never skied in France. Even the skiing in Winterberg also happened with French people that came to the Netherlands with me, and then we could get a cheap bus trip to Winterberg, as we call it, Winterberg. And off we went, have fun in the snow in Winterberg. It's very Dutch on some days because of those cheap buses. A lot of Dutch people just go skiing for the day in Winterberg, even if they're not into skiing the rest of their lives. You don't need to have skis. You can just rent them there, so it's easy. No, I'm not. Not now, and. Sometimes, yeah, in the weekend I like to have some wine sometimes some beer. But yeah, it's a bit like, okay, no, I was going to make a joke about myself, but this is YouTube for everyone, so let's not do that. Anyway, no, I like to have a drink sometimes. Yeah, it depends on the occasion, it depends on the day of the week, it depends on what we eat, Since living in France, wine goes with food, so it depends on some types of food. If we eat certain things, I'll have some wine with it. If we eat other things, I'll only have water. So yeah. Oh, that's so cool, Louise. Yes, I would love to see that. And please also put some pictures on your Instagram. I like those kind of festivals. It's always fun. Yes, it sort of does. You can have all kind of qualities of wines, like Argentina. They're really renowned for good wine in Argentina. But yeah, in France, wine is almost like water. But it has changed a lot since when I first came here. People used to drink for lunch and so, but they don't do that anymore. You're not supposed to drink on the job anymore. Even though they didn't drink a lot, it was just a glass with their lunch, sometimes, most of the time. But now it's, yeah, things have changed a lot. Like smoking as well. People used to smoke much, much more. It has really diminished a lot. I don't smoke. I was lucky when I started smoking. Several of my friends wanted to stop smoking, and it was really hard for them. So then I thought, no, I'm not going to bother to even start. So yeah, that's my history with smoking. So yeah. Well, Marilyn, I'm sure you must have been doing other things. You can't really compare. And like I said, a lot was not planned by me. So you just go along for the ride. And I was lucky that there was so much. Yeah, it was good. So yeah. So, but yeah, the skiing thing is more about winter, of course. And now we're back to spring. Oh, really? So Luis is saying also for people who are listening to this before the chat comes back, he is saying the best Argentine wine is produced in Mendoza. Many French people settled there in the 90s, and they bought bodegas and land, and then they started to grow grapes and produce wine. Well, Argentina is really, really famous for great wines. So yeah, not surprising. But you're lucky to live in the place where they have the best one. Yeah, they're really good at making wine. Huh? It's funny though that it's the people who came in from France who started it. So yeah, I think we've covered a lot of subjects. Is there something else you would like to talk about, or shall we say that this is going to be the end of the stream for today? I'm just going to put the music a little bit softer. So, there we go. And I can imagine with the mountains nearby that the lighting situations for the grapes is really ideal, Louise. When they're on a slope like that and they catch all the sunlight and all the water from the melting snow and all the rain, when they're all in the right direction, it must be really fantastic for wine growers or for winemakers to grow their grapes where you are. Yeah, well, sometimes we drink champagne. In general, it's for holidays and birthdays. We keep it for those occasions. But a nice champagne is nice. Yeah. Oh, really? 19th. All right, so it's 200 years ago. Yeah, I do too, Gregory, with all the wine talk. So, yeah, I'm really glad that we got into that subject, Louise, because it's super interesting how it's been organized in Mendoza. And now I'll have to go look for it here in the supermarkets. They do sell foreign wines, so I might be able to find some. So that will be the mission of the week, to find wine from Mendoza. Yes, I can imagine. Here there are two. It depends on which city you go to. In Doordan there is one specialized wine place, and then you can get them at the supermarket. Yeah. So yeah, if it's okay with you, I think we'll stop here for today. And I'm happy you were all here, Gregory and Louise. And Laura and Marilyn, thank you so much for participating and for being here and for having such a fun conversation again. I'm really happy that you are there. And let's see you the next time. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.